Hello everybody and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. You join us on the ground at Reagan National in Washington DC. We're going to be taking this American Airlines A320 by Fenix up to Boston Logan. Flight time today is going to be about an hour. We'll walk you through the flight plan, the briefing and all of that once we have set up the aircraft, which we're about to do right now. Welcome aboard the flight deck of this Fenix A320. Now let's start by putting on that external power, the ground power. We'll get these batteries all on. We'll get all the pumps on as well. Not really necessary immediately, but we might as well just clean the board with what we need to do as well. We'll set the emergency exit light to armed. And just double checking, we'll put that on and then we'll put that to auto. While those screens are all powering up, we'll walk you through the route today. So here's our sim brief plan. So we are American 2146 out of Washington into Boston with our alternate of JFK. I mean, just a randomly selected alternate. Not sure what American would use for that. Maybe Newark. I have no idea. So our airtime is 55 minutes. Block to block is 1 hour and 23. Our airframe November 126 uniform whiskey. Cruising altitude of 35,000 feet with a cost index of 15. And the route is going to go on for 373 nautical miles. I'm using pounds because I believe that's what America uses for their aviation measurements. So our en route burn is 5,400 pounds, meaning a block fuel of 13,761 pounds. Passenger count is 134. A bit of cargo, a bit of a payload as well. We're out of runway 19 on the Suki 5 Swan to JFK. Interesting route. Here it is actually visualized. So we're going to be going northeast towards Baltimore, taking a right over, passing Philadelphia, New York, passing Providence and up into Boston, due on runway 4 right. All of our screens are powered up now. What we'll need to do is set those IRSs to align, and also we need to load our flight plan today. We can do init requests. The beauty of this aircraft is everything is linked in to SimBrief, so we don't have to spend time entering everything manually. Entering the route manually anyway. So cost index is 15. We are American 2146. Ooh, that is not... Oh no, that was correct. 2146, 350, 35,000 feet is our cruise. We will align. I believe that's going to take about 7 minutes or so. Yep, align in 7 minutes, so we have some time to continue all of the setup stuff. We'll head on over now to our EFB, electronic flight bag. Make sure all of the weights and balances are correct. What we can do is we can simply hit load aircraft, because under my flight everything is loaded, so the aircraft knows exactly what the plan is and what the weights will be and everything. So what we'll do is we'll just probably load it instant. No, let's do instant, because GSX will be beginning boarding soon for GSX. So let's just get that so the weights are all in. So the weights are all good, so we can do our performance stuff. Please come back, sir. Don't leave. I hate how it pulls it away. Please, let's not do that, because we're going to have GSX board in a minute. And I do believe when I do request GSX to board, it's probably going to try and take it away again. So yeah, the jetways certainly have a mind of their own. If you're interested in the scenery that we're using today for Washington Reagan National, it is by these guys. Never know how to say their name properly, and I don't want to insult anybody. But I got it off of the IndyBuild store. And I am also using Fly Tampa Boston, which we'll see on arrival today. And the AI traffic is by FSLTL, I believe, which I got through the fly-by-wire installer. It is time to board. While we are doing all of the preparation, the performance data and all of that, I am using a GSX profile by RW Profiles. You can get their fantastic profiles through their Discord, and you'll soon be able to get them through the IndyBuilds Manager. Links in the description again. So now we have our zero fuel weights and all of the other bits of data that we need for the MCDU. So we need to go to init. I've been flying the PMDG 737 quite a lot recently, and I will safely say that I am not very good at flying that aircraft, but I'm a lot better with the A320. So what we can do now is go back to the EFB and load up the departure performance page, so we can sync the load sheet, sync live weather, and we are using live weather and a live time as well. So we'll simply hit calculate. It generates all of the information we need. So our V1 is 130, VR is 140, and V2 is 140 as well, with the 1/down 0.2 and flexus temp 63 degrees. So we'll get that entered in. There we go, 63, and I think that is about it. There's a lot more steps with the old PMDG. This is why I love flying the Airbus so much. I love the Airbus. It's such a comfortable plane to fly for me. So we can also program our departure. We're not on VATSIM or anything, so we're not going to, get specific instructions. So whatever SimBrief is telling us to do, we're going to do it. So it is 19, runway 19 departure. And it is, there we go, the Suki 5 departure. Transition Swan, I do believe that is exactly what ours is. So let's do that. We'll hit insert. And then what we can do is we can plan our approach into Boston once we're in the air and once we get a little bit closer. We'll check out the progress of the boarding. Passengers are still making their way on, and so are the bags. Look at those hard workers down there putting the bags on board. And hopefully the weather will hold up, because it wasn't looking great in Boston. Boarding is completed, so what we're going to do now is prepare for our pushback and our taxi to the runway in question. Runway 19 today. I need to make sure we're going the correct way as well, but we're going to fire up the APU, wait for that to spool up while I check out the charts today. So here is our plan on Navigraph charts. So what we're going to do is go to KDCA, go to taxi, parking gates, or rather airport in general. And there we are. We're actually right there. So we're going to be pushing back, and then I would imagine this is runway 19 right here. There we go. So we'll probably take Kilo all the way to Juliet and then hold short Juliet. Okay, now the EPU is available. We can switch off the ground power. We can turn the beacon lights on because we're about to start moving. Aha, here we go. And all we have to do is hit switch that to start. Let the engines warm up a little bit here. And then we'll fire them up. Why are we facing this way? I'm guessing there's probably not enough room to push back. So this is going to be interesting to see how they actually handle this pushback. But we can start to get those engines fired up. Both engines are up, so we can switch that back to normal as well. We're on engine power now, so we can switch both of those off. We can put the taxi lights on as well, because the tow truck has disconnected and gone back on stand. So just some sort of final checks here. Making sure everything is good to go. And I believe we are. So we're going to be taxiing down 5 here. Turning left onto Kilo, heading onto Juliet, as we discussed before on that taxi chart. Let's get out of the runway. So some things to do. We need to arm our spoilers right there. We've tested them before. We will set the auto brakes to maximum. We'll do a cabin check. That sounds all good to me. Takeoff config is normal. Our TCAS is on standby. We'll turn that on when we go onto the runway. We will start to wake up the aircraft's lights a little bit. We'll put the strobes and landing lights on and the turn-offs in just a moment. Then we'll flick the gear lights, the nose gear lights, also known as the taxi lights, to the takeoff position as well. We'll hold short here and make sure everything is good to go. Looking forward to this one. Put the TCAS on, the transponder on, armed and ready to go. Here we go. Well, we're already good to go. Oh, I always love lighting up. It's like the beginning of a new adventure. I love it. Toga. Let's keep it nice and center. Looking for 130 is our V1. It's coming up pretty quick. 100, 120. There we go. And there's our V1. Rotate. Nice and smooth. We got a positive climb. You're up. We will get AP1 on, so we follow the departure route. We have the... Yep, there we go. See, I knew I forgot something. Now let's decrease the throttle to the climb position. Fantastic. Let's enjoy some of these views out of Washington. So we're going to be restricted at 230 knots per this departure. It's actually just raised, I think, just now to 250, so that's all good. We'll bring our nose lights off and the turn-offs and all of that. We'll leave the landing lights on until we pass 10,000 feet. Oh, and we'll take the ground spoilers off, of course. Don't need them armed now. Well, we are well on our way now, above 10,000, so we can take the landing lights off. We'll switch off the seatbelt signs as well. And it's more of just a case of relaxing now, and we'll turn the barometer to standby once we reach 18,000 feet. But I feel like we've been pretty much by the book this whole way, apart from the transponder thing on takeoff, which I always forget about unless I'm on VATSIM. But yeah. So as we near cruising altitude, what we can do is we go to... whoops, sorry, wrong one. We go to Boston, arrival. ILS 4 right, that is exactly what we're looking for. And the Roebuck 3 arrival as well. The trans... Let me double check that. Yep, and the trans is JFK. We'll insert that and we'll look for any discrepancies that are going to get in the way of our arrival. No, it all looks fantastic. Is there any manual points in here that I need to be aware of? No, all looks fantastic. So we are about to begin our descent into Boston. Looks like it's going to be a pretty simple straight-in approach. But we have this page to enter in, and I need to get some information from... I need to get the METAR, which is basically like a weather report for the airport down in Boston. So I'm going to fill this in, and then we're going to start our descent. And here we are, we're getting closer and closer. We're coming up to Provi, which is Providence. It's not quite far from Boston, only 50 miles yet. But we're descending through 14,000 feet to a target altitude after Provi of 12,300. And then after that, it's Judy, 10,000 feet, and then we'll have to slow down to 250 knots for 10,000 feet, and it's pretty much a straight shot into Boston. Look at that! Look at how it's like a 40-mile final or something, or 30-mile final. That's crazy. We're currently punching through some clouds here on the descent past through 10,000 feet. We'll need to have a little bit more drag because I'm a more sort of 255 knots really. No, we're good. And then we okay, it's lowered us down to 220 as well. We'll engage some speed brakes. We need the landing lights on. Now we are below 10,000. Look at these clouds. Gee, they are dramatic, I tell you. That's the best word for them. For those who made it this far in the video, thank you very much. Let me know down below in the comments what your favorite airline is and where you've flown with them. Love to hear it. And the usual stuff of liking, subscribing and hitting that bell to be notified of my next upload. Thanks again. We should be entering the ILS now. So what we'll do is we will hit approach. It may take a little bit longer for us. We need the LS. It's on as well. There we go. Oh no, we're already on. Fantastic. So this is just going to take us all the way in, nice and easy. Just approaching our final approach speed as well, which is 140, which is right above the line. That's okay. We'll manage just fine. You can see the runway there. Runway 4 right. Yeah, well, we're almost on the ground. Let's hope it's a good landing. I really do, because I really enjoyed this flight. It's been really, really nice and straightforward. I've liked it a lot. Here we go, a beautiful approach over into Boston here. Look at how gorgeous. I never get over how beautiful Microsoft Flight Simulator is. Anyway, let's not get distracted by the beauty and crash and kill everybody. So let's arm the spoilers. I think we are all good to go. We're on the ILS. We're on the glide path. Oh, see, there's always something. Always something. Anyway, let's get this bird on the ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the ILS take us in all the way, and then I'm just going to disconnect and fly the last few seconds myself and try and settle down nicely. The Fenix has been quite difficult to land since the update. It's been quite floaty, and I've been having some difficulties with that, so hopefully it doesn't cause us too many problems today. I do believe they're still updating it, so we'll see if there's an update as well for the next flight. Nice and easy. Beautiful approach. Look at the detail. Alright, here we go. Autopilot off. Here we go. Aircraft crossing the runway.
Flight slow.
And I'm too low.
Flight slow. Flight slow.
100.
Thanks for the distraction there. Oh my goodness.
Flight slow.
40, 30, 20. Retard.
Oh, that was a little rough. And there's a damn Delta plane right in front of me. Fantastic AI. Of course. To be honest, I was distracted by that Delta plane. Would my reverse thrust come out, please? That's another difficulty I've been having with the Fenix lately. No reverse thrust. Reverse thrust just refuses to come out until... I just can't do it. It just won't come out. Now it finally comes out, so that's an issue I've been having as well. Yep, landing was a little rough. A little rough. It was I don't know what it is about the aircraft since the new sort of handling model came out with this Fenix V2 rollout. It's been very difficult to land. Much more difficult than before. Anyway, we need to find out where we're going. Okay, so we're coming up to the turning. I believe American used Terminal B here at Boston. So we will find ourselves a space at Terminal B. Crossing over for left 22 right as well. Hopefully no one is taking off or landing. The AI are maniacs. They really are. I can't believe they did what they did. I mean, I don't get it. Sometimes they behave, sometimes they are absolutely unleashed maniacs. So... I don't know why he was on the runway. Turning around like that as well. I don't understand it. Okay, and here we are on stand. So we have the EPU running. The beacons are on. Everything else that needs to be off is off. So what we can do now is kill engine number 1 and engine number 2. Okay, we've turned the beacon off. We can turn the GPU power on, and now the APU off. Seatbelt signs off, and then the no smoking's to auto. And that's gonna do it, and that is gonna complete the flight. We'll get the plane deboarded. Baggage carts are in place. Disembarking the aircraft, unloading it. And yeah, we made it to Boston, albeit not the greatest landing in the world. We had some absolute maniacs on the runway for some absolutely bizarre reason as well. But yeah, this scenery... Oh, there we go. Look at that American landing. The wrong direction, but landing nonetheless. But yeah, this scenery is by Flight Tampa, and it is up to Flight Tampa's fantastic reputation and quality. It is really, really pretty and customizable as well, depending what your needs are. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this flight. It was a bit, bit of a mess at the end with the people on the runway, but sometimes that's how flight sim is. You can't have everything. Definitely some drop frames here though, so keep that in mind. But yeah, if you enjoyed the flight today, please hit the like button. Consider subscribing. If you want to see more flight sim content, let me know in the comments below. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye bye.